Patricia. Hi, Nora. Darla! So you've got a slave driver now. Hey, Tamar. I just needed to unwind. And so I was going to sit here and make a few little fabric beads. So I thought, oh, well, let's go on. See who else needs to unwind before they go to bed. Do I ever sleep? It's barely 11 o'clock here. That's early for me. And tomorrow, if I want, I can sleep in. So, yeah, I do. Hey, Kathy. Oh, you did, Patricia. You know me better than I do. I was like, who should I, shouldn't I? I can't tell you how exhausting. I'm going to complain. We're among friends. You don't want to hear me complain. Good night. But I've been putting together those things for that, collection I was telling you guys about with the fabrics that I like and, all that. I cannot believe how much work it's been. It's crazy. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, why did I ever start this? It's so much work. It's the most work I've put into anything. And I'm not even making anything. It's crazy. Hey, Amy. You want to come somewhere where they pay attention to you, huh? I was over there earlier tonight with Johnny. It was so funny. She's so tired, poor thing. And then she wasn't seen. Anytime Amy wanted to buy something, she never saw her. So I guess Amy saved a lot of money tonight. Hi, Donna. Betty. They're coming out of the woodwork. See? Talk about me not sleeping. What about you guys? Every time I come on, you're here. You're as bad as I am. This looks like a snake. Yeah, I thought, oh, I really need to do something kind of brain dead. My brain's tired. So cutting up strips of fabric. Well, the strips are already here. I just got to cut the lengths. And I forgot what length I did them last time, so I'm probably doing them all wrong. But that's okay. Hey, does that mean that that Johnny's off? Because earlier tonight, all you guys were over at Johnny's. I figured she went to bed early. She was tired. When I left, because I had to go figure out my supper, unlike a lot of you ladies, I do the cooking. I know a lot of you, your husbands do it, but I have to do it. So that meant I went back to the house. And then I came back, and then her live stream was down. And then I found out later it was on again somewhere else. She must have like broke down. I don't know how many times. Oh, okay, Kath. No, that's scary. You guys are knowing me too well. I'm going to have to like change my, what do you call that? Your MO. I'm going to have to change that. Hey, Jean. Oh, she had to start 4 times. Hi, Lucy. 4 times. Oh, my goodness, poor thing. And she was already tired. You can tell she's still got that cold. It's in her chest. Well, I hope she sold everything. Jennifer, you're such a liar. I saw you there. Well, at least earlier you were. Oh, you guys are crazy. Okay, enough with the cutting. Now I'm going to do something different. I usually make these with the with just the regular glue. Um, but I'm going to try it with the hot glue. Some people do it with hot glue. Let's see if I burn myself. Oh gosh. That's the kind of stupid thing to do. Here I am trying to read what you guys are saying, and then I'm going to be playing with hot glue. All of a sudden it doesn't seem so bright. Johnny, I thought you'd be in bed by now. I don't understand these people. They're going practically dying, and then they're on. I lost you so many times, Johnny. You were on, you were off, you were on. Then I have to go and check dinner, and I come back, and then you were gone. And then, half hour later, the notice would come on that she's on again, and then she was gone. By the time I found her, I said, oh my goodness, I can't handle this drama. Is she here? Isn't she here? I felt like I was watching some kind of a magic show or something. Where's Waldo? I thought you just got a new, never mind, you probably did. Hey, that works pretty good with the hot glue, even being distracted talking to you guys. But see, it's not stiff for some reason, but I don't care. I don't like my fabric beads. I like them to have a gift. I want them to feel like fabric, in other words. So I'm happy with that. I'm not going to complain. Okay, all's good. Oh, not good. See, well, it's not what I would call brand new. I probably got it about a year ago. And it was on sale, and I got it. I'm not like all that happy about it. It was cheap, so I can't complain too much. But, I can't control the zoom once I'm doing something. It's only when it's not operating, if that makes sense. So it's really frustrating. So I just keep, the autofocus. What do I do? I keep the autofocus off so I don't, get everybody seasick. But then in doing that, then, when I want to show something up close, even if I bring it, see if I bring it up close, it doesn't, it's focusing a little bit. But anyway, so I'm not 100% happy with that either. But like I say, I didn't pay that much for it. It's just a webcam. It isn't like, a multi-functioning camera. Those cost a lot more. Ah! Well, see, I need a new phone. My phone is so old, you guys would laugh at me. I mean, it doesn't even hardly function. And because I'm not one for taking pictures and doing videos with it, so I didn't really care. I mean, phones come in, phone calls come in, phone calls go out, so I'm happy. But if I wanted to do anything else with it, I couldn't do anything else with it. So I'm thinking of getting a new phone, but I don't know what to get because I'm so cheap. Oh, it's not here. It's next door. It's about that big. No, not a flip phone. It's about that big. About that big. You can't see anything on it. And then because it is so wonky donkey, I have a plan that doesn't even allow for data because I can't see or do anything on it anyway. So why should I be paying for data? So I can't send pictures or receive pictures on my phone. I'm telling you, it's antiquated. I mean, it has the capability. I just don't do it because I can't, see anything on it anyway. It's so small. But so I only pay, like, again, because I'm cheap. I only pay $22 a month for my phone. Now, if I get a new phone, it's going to have all these capabilities and function, which means I'm going to have to get a real data plan. So that's going to cost me. So every time I think about it, I see cha-ching, cha-ching, and I'm going, do I really need that? I know. I might be a little too practical. My husband says, just get a phone, would you? And I'm going, I don't know. How much do I need the phone? Cheap people don't need a phone. Yeah, my phone is ancient. Oh, Kathy's seen my phone. It looks like it came out of a tomb. So anyway, yeah. So I don't really know what to do about that because I'm too cheap. Well, I'm only cheap about certain things, not about everything. Ooh, that's kind of cute. Whoops. That is kind of cute. What do you guys think? That one's kind of cute. Okay. So anyway, so what kind of phone would you get? Well, first of all, I don't want to spend a lot of money. So I don't need like the one that just came out yesterday, just a regular old phone. So what would you guys suggest? Or are all of you into the phone? Like, what kind of phone do you have? And then you stick your nose up if they don't have the right phone. I know some of you are like that. Bunch of phone snobs. Samsung. I can't remember what my phone is. That's how old it is. Okay, how much does that cost, Johnny? I need prices. Thank you, Tamara. I do too. They look kind of cool, don't they? Anyway, I have all of the let's see, I have all the Cantha quilts, not all, but enough, depending on what the the shiny one's on the wrong side. Look what I did. Well, that's dumb. Okay, hold on. Hold on. The pretty shiny stuff is inside. That's dumb. Anyway, I've got the Cantha quilts, some of them. Well, for now, they're cut up and ready to go. I ended up, because we discussed, what size and all this stuff. Well, I ended up doing them all in fat quarters. And when I say fat quarters, I mean a real fat quarter, not these phony fat quarter that some people are selling and they're not really fat quarters, but a real fat quarter. Another one of my pet peeves. Don't get me started. Anyway. Oh, I started myself. It's okay. So I've got most of those. I've got a lot. Let's say a lot. And if there's more demand, well, I got more I can cut. So, ow, 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 that's hot. So that's, ow. So that's done. And most of my African fabrics. Those are done. Most of my shiny stuff. Oh, I showed that the other day. My shiny stuff, that's done. But I'm just giving you an update to let you know I've been working on it, but it's just taking forever in between other stuff I have to do. It's like, oh my gosh. I don't know if I like doing this with hot glue. It's not my friend. Ah. Oh, Kathy, be quiet. I think mine is, oh boy. Now, I'm not exaggerating either. I think my phone might be about 6 years old. Oh, Tanya. Oh, that's right. You're stuck in bed, you poor thing. I hope you're feeling better. We'll keep you company as long as I can complain. As long as I can complain. I like that shiny. Please. Oh, the plaster. All right. This is where I'm at. And I am just being real with you guys. I have a very short attention span. And I get all enthusiastic about something and I go for it. And then if it takes longer than I think, I get bored with it. Whoops, I need to start with the big side, right? I'm doing something wrong here. Oh, no, I'm not. And then I get bored with it, all right? So I have all of the workshop filmed. Now, my hang up is I did so many hours. I can't even tell you how many hours I did on that workshop. And doing all that kind of burnt me out. And now I'm burnt out to edit everything. I have hours and hours. And I have, I can't keep it all in. So obviously I'm going to have to edit. And so now I got burnt out with all the editing I had to do. So it's all there, ready to go. My journals are done. Everything's done. I just have to get in gear and edit the darn thing. I mean, because we had the workshop. When was it, Kathy, that we had the in-house workshops? I already forgot the dates, but it was the beginning of October, I think, that we did the workshops. Second week of October, something like that. What's a pet peeve of mine? What? I just saw that. What is it? What? I have so many. Consume your salary has 15 a month. Ooh, okay, that's my speed. No, I mean, I had a plaster workshop in studio. I had four different dates. We completed all those. And then I filmed. And I'll show you, I got some of them right over here. And then I filmed a workshop that I'm going to be selling but I haven't edited. Oops, let me get this stuff out of the way. I haven't done the editing yet because I have too many hours. I mean, way too many hours. So hold on. I have to climb over all this crazy other stuff. Oh boy. Good. I need another distraction. That's good. So I'm already getting like all getting burnt with the with the hot glue. See, I'm telling you, I'm in one of those moods today. Okay. Watch out. Don't forget the hot glue's on, Rosemary, or else you're going to be fit to be tied. Okay. All right. So, this is a humongous one. I wanted to show how, because some people want to do dimensional stuff with the plaster. So this one is very dimensional and very clunky and very, there's the plaster, there's the plaster, and all that's plaster, plaster, plaster. And then we go through the different types of plasters you can use, how you put them on the different fabrics and papers, and what kind of look different plasters give, and so on and so forth. So that's what we, did over the class. And these are fabrics and a few papers in there. And, made a book made from plaster with pages from plaster on cloth and on paper. I think I already said that, didn't I? And then this is, if you're not into the dimensional stuff, then this is a different way to make the plaster book. And also in this one, of course, we put in the cloth and the paper and the different types of, I love how it came out on this. Anyway, now my hands are getting all dirty because I haven't sealed any of this. But anyway, so there's that one. And this one, I wanted to use a little bit of my rusty stuff. So I just put a few little pieces of that on there. And then I don't know how many of you know Janet Heritage. She's not on too many groups, but I just think she's a really cool artist. And we've done a lot of swaps in the past. And so this is her work. And I wanted it on my book because it just sits on my shelf. And I just think it's so pretty. And so this is the inside of what she had sent me. And then I just put a peacock feather behind that. So that's the cover to the book. And then inside the book again are the plaster pages and stuff like that. Okay. So then I showed, different ways of working with the plaster. And that'll be covered in the course. And this is one of the ones that I did in the course. Whoops. And then I finished this one off with not so much plaster papers and cloth, but just what one would think of as a junk journal. Because these I consider these a little bit more like an art journal as opposed to a junk journal, even though you can turn it into a glue book or, whatever you want it to be. But if you are someone that likes to draw or paint or anything like that, collage, they're just ready to start. But for those that feel more comfortable in just a regular old junk journal, then, you can just put your regular old pages, and create the basis for, a junk journal, what most people would think of as a traditional junk journal. And so that's what I put inside of this one. Oops. So you get the idea, right? Oh, there's the plaster back there, and there, and there, and there. Then, let me get these. I show what you can do with other ways that you can finish off the plaster, which looks completely different from these, a whole other look. So basically, whatever kind of look you guys like, you'll learn how to do it. And then this is, again, more like what I would call a traditional little junk journal, even though I did put a couple of pieces of cloth just, to remind you that it is a plaster journal. And then I just cut a whole bunch of little, I didn't do the fussy cut. I did the fuss cut instead of the fussy because I didn't do it really fuss-y. I just kind of fussed it. Okay, but anyway, so I just put some little cute things that I thought were cute in there, along with other, you know, just drop papers and stuff like that. And then this is a plaster page here. I think I put a total of maybe, I have 3 signatures, and I think I put one piece in each signature of some kind of a plaster something. I like cutting all these little things out. I don't even like to cut, but it was fun. I'm telling you, see, I was getting bored. I go, oh, I think I'll try cutting. I cut a few things, and I go, okay, I'm done. I don't have to cut for another year. Just let me tear. I'll be happy. All right, and so same thing, only different. That's a plaster one too. And, oops, let me get. There's one with some leaves. And there's those. And I did, these are all pretty much the same. And I didn't follow a theme. I maybe put one picture that went sort of with the theme, but then the rest of it is just a regular junk journal. Just more of the same kind of fuss cutting. So you get the drift. So anyway, so I guess the long answer is I've done all this stuff. I've done all the workshops. Then I filmed doing all of these, and I'm just burnt out. So as soon as I can get everything edited, it'll be up. I like how this one came out, actually. So anyway, so that's so that's where I am with all of that. Oh dear. Back to burning the fingers. So anyway, so I moved away from that and started doing all that fabric thing because I was getting bored with that. And now I'm just so burnt out with all the fabric thing. So maybe now my brain is cleared enough. I can go back now and start editing the plaster. I guess whoever asked about that, I guess you're sorry you asked. Oh gosh. So anyway, that's the long-winded story as to where I'm at on that. I just wish I could stay focused. I think with me, when it comes to anything creative, while I'm doing something, I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I'm thinking an alternate way of doing what I'm doing. So then my mind just kind of races over in a whole different direction while I'm doing one thing. And I'm so anxious to see if that other thing's going to work. Then I end up dropping what I'm doing to go see if the other thing worked, when I really should stay focused and finish what I'm doing. But my mind just doesn't work that way. And if I know myself, if I don't stop and try and figure out and see if that thing works, I'll forget what my idea was. And no matter how much I say, oh, I'll remember that. I mean, that's such a cool idea. How can I forget that? No, I forget. And I know that about myself, so that's why I don't say, oh, I'll do that later. No, later's never going to come. Whoops. And see, I know there's 100 different ways of doing this differently. But, of course, you know, I have to be contrary and, you know, do it my way. For those of you cringing right now, like, what is she doing? I know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it all wrong. That's okay. That's okay. I know it. And I'm probably making them too thick. I know it. It's okay. I'll survive. Let's see. Now I have 2 notepads to write down. But I tried that, and when I go back to read my notes, I I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, honestly, it's like, what? It's like somebody else wrote it. I don't know what the heck that meant. And then I just get all frustrated because if I wrote it down, I know at some point I thought it was a great idea. And now I'm left with no idea, but just a bunch of frustration. So that's why I just kind of stop cold turkey, whatever I'm doing, and go test it out. And then if I kind of like it, then I don't want to go back to what I was doing. And there you go. The whole vicious circle starts all over again. So now you know all my secrets. I have an old phone and no attention span. There we go. Ooh, that's a chunky one. That's a chunky little guy. I kind of like it though. Okay. So when you guys come to a workshop at my place, for me to stay focused with you guys, for anywhere from 6 to 8 hours is like amazing. I amaze myself. I stayed focused that long on one subject. Oh my gosh. What's this world coming to? Thank you, Elizabeth. I feel validated. You can't judge me. But I love working with all these scraps. I got this from where they make clothing, African clothing. And of course, when they cut stuff off, they take all the salvage off, right? And you know me, I love my salvage. And that's what all this stuff is. Some of it doesn't have the writing, but I love the writing. I save those bigger parts and I don't include them in my beads because it gets all covered up. But I was going to put a little bit of fibers on these, see what they look like. They probably look pretty cool. It's getting too long. Too long and too thick. Okie dokie, Elizabeth. Don't hurt yourself. Zipping around. Oh, I kind of like how that looks. Okay. My husband, okay, there's this guy. He's so funny. He never watches. I don't think he even knows I do videos, so I can talk about him. But he's a guy in town. He's a businessman, but he's very eccentric in a good way. He's very eccentric. And my husband's always helping him with electrical or, things that he has his business, and sometimes things go awry as far as his equipment and stuff like that. So, my husband knows, electrical, electronics, all that stuff. So, in lieu of payment, my husband just says, "Oh, just take me out for lunch." So today he calls him up, had some kind of question. So my husband says, "Well, I guess we're going out to lunch." Oh, and he makes sure to always bring me something. He goes, "Here, what do you think Rosemary's going to want?" So anyway, so that's what these little tins are. That guy loves to eat sushi, so they always go to this restaurant where they have the sushi. And so I luck out and get all these cute little tins with the takeout that he brings me. But he's a funny guy. I mean, he's a character. I mean, in the truest sense, he's a character in a good way. So I get sushi out of the deal. Yay! Let's see what it looks like if I roll it up. I got this little, what do you call it? It's a, oh dear, I'm forgetting what it's called. Where you can, it's a simple word. I'm just going blank. Even though I'm awake, my brain, I don't think, is working too well. Where you can, I guess it's like a little thing to weave on with threads. It's real small, but I found it at a thrift store. It was unopened, so I got it. Got to figure out how to use it. I don't know how to weave anything, but I figure, when I get bored, I'll have another thing to distract me. Learn how to weave. But I thought it'd be kind of cool with these strips if I could weave something with those. I'm sure you can. I mean, you can use anything to weave, I guess. But I just have to figure out how to use it. I'm sure it's easy, and I'm just making it complicated. And it's just small. It's about that big. But I thought if I could weave something kind of cute, just small, and it could go like on the cover, the front of a cover to a journal or something, if the theme was, fabric or fibers or something like that. Just one of my many thoughts. All right, so what do I do with this? Oh, are you guys talking to me? Let's see. Yeah, I try to use them. I mean, I used to get things that I thought, will I ever use this? And surprisingly, I end up using most of my stuff. I mean, it may take a year to do it, but I eventually get to it. I guess because I do easily get bored, so I've always got something there to fall back on. Okay, let's see what it looks like twisted. Let's see what it looks like twisted if I don't burn myself first. No, stop it. Owie. Ow. Okay, that was stupid. Well, my husband's the type, and I'm going to tattle on my husband now. I know there's a few of you ladies that, your husband does the shopping or they do the cooking. And well, my husband doesn't do that, because if I let him go grocery shopping, the man buys things that we don't eat or that we've never eaten. And then he wants me to try to figure out what I'm supposed to do with it. Now, if he was the cook, more power to him. Let him buy whatever he wants and let him figure out what he wants to do with it. And, just tell me when it's ready. But if you're going to buy something and then you expect me to cook it, I don't think so. So anyway, so the joke around our house is, I'm always afraid when he leaves the house if he's going to any type of a store. I don't care what kind of a store it is. It's usually dangerous. So when he came home with this, he had gone elsewhere before he came home, and he came in real sheepishly. And I'm thinking, now, okay, he's been to some store. He's bought something dumb. What did he buy this time? Well, he bought the dogs. He bought the dogs all kinds of stuff. We have 4 dogs. There's a lot of junk you could buy, He had to get them all a new collar. He goes, oh, their collar's too old. It's kind of frayed. And, these dogs are such wimps. They're hardly ever outside anyway. How frayed can it be? It isn't like they go on a leash. We got a big yard. So all their collar does is hold their tags on it. That's all it does. But of course, he had to go out and get him some new ones. And then he bought some new toys for our old dog. He loves to play with toys. And it's getting, he's having more and more difficulties with his health. So, he got him some toys. And I just look at my husband and kind of roll my eyes. And then my husband goes, you're going to feel bad when he's dead. And you didn't want me to buy him a toy. Shut up. Dead. Now he's got the dog dead. Playing the guilt trip on me. And the dog is alive. I go, oh my gosh. Give me my sushi and shut up. And then he looks at the dog. His name's Junior. He goes, tell her, Junior, you're going to be sorry when I'm dead. Too much to handle. And you wonder why my workshop's not done. Oh, my eyes are all watering. I was working, getting some really dry leaves out of one of our trees. And I think some of it got in my eyes. We had a little bit of a slight freeze last night. So I wanted to get some leaves that are still green before they completely change. Believe it or not, our leaves are still all green on our trees. And tomorrow is supposed to have nice sun. Yesterday we had rain and stuff. And today it was pretty nice. Tomorrow's going to be nicer. So the fact that we had rain and we had some wind and some freeze, that means there's a lot of cool leaves out on the parking lot. So I got to go leaf hunting. So I take my little plastic bag, or my big plastic bag, and then I take my little dustpan with the little handle that flops open, and I have like a little miniature rake, and then I go tiptoeing through the parking lots, going pss, 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 looking for the interesting leaves for me to eco-dye with. I tell you, I need a lot of interests, or else, I got problems if I don't. Okay, now see, that has too much writing. I'll save that to put on something where I can actually see all that instead of covering it up by rolling it all over the place. The leaf lady. Carla, are you still here? Tell us what happened that now you have to actually be at work on time. It seemed like you used to like kind of dictate your own schedule, and now it sounds like you got somebody new. Oh no. How are you going to handle that, darling? You have it pretty cush. That's almost like getting a new job when you get a new boss. Oh. Well, I say bah humbug. I don't know how many of you ladies like to watch old movies. When I say old movies, I don't mean like 1990 movies. I mean old movies like, you know, 30s, 40s, 50s. So I I was watching one the other night. I forget which one it was, to tell you the truth. And you know how on the sidebar there on YouTube, because I was watching it on YouTube, and the sidebar, you know, it gives you suggestions. Well, it had that movie by Debbie Reynolds, Tammy. Remember that old movie, Tammy? Except it was in Spanish. That was so funny. It had a voiceover, so I watched the whole thing in Spanish. It was kind of fun. Elizabeth's back. Yeah, Tammy sounded way too sexy in Spanish, let me tell you. Ay, como te verte. You know, anything in Spanish sounds sexy, right? So she did not sound, you know, how she was supposed to be, the way she looked. She did not sound the way she looked. Let's put it that way. Okay. Whoa. I haven't gotten too many done. I think I got distracted with the plaster. At this rate, you have to charge like, you know, $10 for each one. It has a little too much glue. That's okay. I think they're kind of cool. Yes, Tammy. You know Tammy, the movie Tammy. Or do you? You may not, because it's pretty old. But I like old movies. There's an old movie from, I guess it's the 40s. And it's called Leave Her to Heaven. I think that's the right title. Leave Her to Heaven, something like that. Oh my goodness, she is so awful. Of course, you know, this guy that is a good guy falls for her, and she ends up ruining everything. She kills his brother by letting him drown because he's paralyzed from the waist down, and she takes him out to go swimming, and then when his arms get tired, she lets him drown. It's like, oh, she's vicious. And then she pretends to try and save him. I had lunch with Debbie Reynolds. She was getting ready to croak. No. I had lunch with Debbie Reynolds. It's a long story, but you know my stories. I will share it with you. Or did I already share it with you? I don't remember. Okay. Debbie Reynolds used to be married to this man named Carl. Last name was Carl's. I forget what his first name was, but he owned a chain of um, shoe stores in, like Los Angeles and Orange County, Southern California, basically. I don't think it was anywhere else out of California. I could be wrong. But anyway, it was called Carl's Shoes. Well, in the town that we lived in, we had a Carl's Shoes, and my uncle was the manager of Carl's Shoes in our town. All right. So Mr. Carl was a very hands-on person, and he would come like once every couple of months to the store to check things out. Well, on rare occasions, Debbie Reynolds would come with him. Why, I don't know, but she would. And on this one particular time, I was at the store when they showed up. And her husband was getting into some kind of hassle with some kind of district manager that was supposed to be meeting him there. And you could tell she was very bored and whatever. So my uncle says, why don't you ask her if she wants to go get something to eat and get her out of here? And I said, oh, okay. So I asked her and she said, sure. And so we went out. We had a great little lunch. She even paid. She paid. How about that? Short story, right? One of my shortest. But she was just like she seemed. Sometimes the persona is one way and then, in real they're somebody else. She was just like she did have a potty mouth though, I must say. And I was quite young at the time, and nobody in my family was a potty mouth. So it was like, woo, I try to act real sophisticated, like, oh yes, whatever. But inside I'm going, whoa. Oh my goodness. Okay. What was that? What did we talk about? Okay. I will tell you exactly what I want to talk about. I've always liked old movies. Even as a young person, I loved old movies. And I think because there was a channel in Los Angeles, because I was raised up in Los Angeles, there was a channel in Los Angeles that would play every night old movies. All right. And one night would be drama, the other night would be musicals, the other night comedy, whatever. It was all the old stuff. It was old then, so you can imagine how old it is now. And even though if you ask me, Rosemary, do you like musicals? No, I don't like musicals. But the old musicals, I think in a way, some of them I did. And one of my favorites, every time it would come on, because what they would do on that channel is like from, I don't know, I'll pick a time, like 7:00 at night or something like that. They'd play that movie until like 3:00 the next morning. So you could see it 2 or 3 times or 4 times, the movie. And my favorite, until this day, my favorite all-time old musical is Singing in the Rain. And she was in that movie. It was her very first movie. I didn't know it at the time that it was her first movie, but obviously I knew she was in it. So when I first met her, I was just dying inside because that was my favorite movie and she was in it. And I'm going, oh my goodness, So So eventually, in the conversation, I had to bring it up. And she's not one of those that was like, oh, please, I'm so bored. I don't want to talk about that. Oh, no, she was very happy to talk about it. And, what kind of fun it was. And it was her first movie. And that was when I found out it was her very, very first movie. And I thought, oh, my goodness. Because now, if you know anything about her, that's very classic about her. I mean, that when you think about her, most people think about that movie. And of course, then the people she was dancing with, if you know anything about dancers in those days, they were, very, very popular because it was, who was it? I already forgot. Donald O'Connor and what's his name? The other guy? Gene Kelly. So they still, to this day, modern dancers, if you ask them who influences them, they'll mention their style along with Fred Astaire. Okay, so she had some really cool little stories to tell about, her time with them and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool, especially since it was my favorite movie. If I didn't know who she was, then, it would have been a very boring lunch. Okay. And then my husband, he's not into musicals or anything like that. It's funny. We're not into stuff like that, but there's like one person in that genre, that we like. Well, my husband had, when I first met him, we were talking about, all kinds of stuff. And one of the things that he mentioned was when he was a younger man, his mother used to like to watch all that stuff too. And so he had seen this one movie and he just like, ooh, he really liked her. And coincidentally, he didn't even know this. When he was telling me who she was and that dance that she did and all that stuff, it just happened that routine and that woman, it wasn't what's her name? Hold on. It wasn't Debbie Reynolds, but it was in the same movie I'm talking about, Singing in the Rain. It was Sid Charisse. There was a scene in that movie. It was like a ballet of sorts with Gene Kelly and Sid Charisse. And that dance that he saw her in, he thought, woo, she's hot stuff, right? So I knew exactly what he was talking about when he was describing it because it was in my favorite movie. Anyway, so I had known that about my husband, that he really liked Sid Charisse a lot. Okay, well, fast forward, we're married and he's working. He used to be an elevator technician and he would service elevators in high-rise buildings. And his route was in Beverly Hills. But most of his route was in, like office buildings that were out there and stuff like that. But he had these two buildings, these twin buildings that were condos, high-rise condos. And he comes home one day and he goes, guess who I met today? I'm going, I don't know. Because he had told me different people he'd seen down there. I go, I have no idea. And he says, I met Sid Charisse today. I said, what? And he goes, I service her elevator. Okay, that's a funny line right there in its own. But it was true. So, and his her husband, my husband knew who he was because my husband's father liked his music, because her husband was Tony Martin, who was a famous singer way back, I guess, in the 40s or something. some Italian singer. And he was in movies too, you know. But anyway, so they had been married forever and a day, and they lived in Beverly Hills in these condos, high-rise condos. And so anyway, and her husband was an Italian from New York. Well, my husband isn't Italian, but if you met him, you'd think he's Italian. And he is from New York City. I think everybody in New York City acts Italian. That's just my opinion. New York City, okay? Not New York State. New York City. Everybody kind of, even if they're not from the Bronx, they act like they're from the Bronx or from Brooklyn at the very least. But anyway, so 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 they get going and talking, and they get along just fine. So my husband has to go there to service the elevator at least once a month, and just to make sure everything was running smoothly and hear any complaints that they had. And they just thought my husband was wonderful because, you know, my husband was bending over backwards for them and would, you know, fix stuff and be there in a flash if they called and stuff like that. So every time he went, they would make sure to give him lunch. They fed him lunch. Nobody fed my husband lunch. But they did. So they were very gracious people. And so, you know, you hear a lot about all these snobs and everything. But then I was thinking, you know, we're talking about old school Hollywood. You know, these people were all old school Hollywood. And so they were very nice. And maybe, you know, once you're like has been, you know, I mean, they're not doing anything. Maybe they're just happy for the attention, you know, people that are still fans or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, the point is, my husband got to meet, you know, his adolescent crush. And get all New York with her husband. So he was a happy camper. And I got to meet the other person from the movie, which was Debbie Reynolds. So that was kind of cool. Kind of one of those full circle kind of moments, I guess. Oh, hot, hot, hot. Shut up, Rosemary. See? Okay, that's kind of cute too. I like that. Jennifer, were you gone? Who? Crush? Not me. My husband. My husband. Okay, I need some other colors. Doing the same colors. I think I need to grab into the bag and get different colors. These are all the same now. Ooh, I like that color. Do you think I have enough? Do you think I have enough? And you know, this is one of my favorite colors. These are going to come out pretty cool. So, okay, so what other kind of things would you like me to, like when we get together and learn, you know, it's nice to learn something instead of just watching me do stupid stuff like this. But I needed to unwind, so this was good for me. But what kind of things would you guys like to, I know because some of you are really, really new to scrapbooking, not scrapbooking, what the heck am I talking about? You've moved from scrapbooking to junk journaling. And then some of you, have been doing it forever and a day. But what kinds of things would you like to do or plan to do together? I'm up for suggestions. We already did the suminagashi stuff. I don't know if any of you have tried it since we did it together. I don't know. You guys tell me. Jennifer. I met Keanu Reeves. See, I met him too. Even though he was born, I think he was born in Canada, right, Jennifer? But his family is from the Big Island. And that's where I met him. He was there visiting family. Extended family. I'm trying to think, who else have I met? I think I haven't met anybody, but then I'm thinking maybe I have. I told you about that old director that I lived close to, right? I lived up in the mountains. I told you about him. Or did I? I don't know. He was a director. Well, he was an actor, and then he was a director, and his daughter was a director. And I think I told you guys about that. Oh, that's cool. I like this. Who was standoffish? Welcome back, Gina. Have a cup of coffee. Ooh, that color's pretty. I need to learn how to weave. This thing is perfect to play with that machine. I wish somebody was here that knew how to work it. Okay, I think that's enough to play with for a little bit. Google what? Okay, I need a drink. Oh, we'll see Keanu Reeves. Okay. You're talking about him? Kind of, okay. He is basically very introspective. I mean, he, because of some of his, earlier movies, you'd think he's, just, crazy. But he's very introspective and very, like, zen. And so he can come across as being kind of aloof. But I think he's basically just shy. Then the time I saw him, I think the whole family was smoking pot. So that's all they have down there in the Big Island. Pakalolo. I think everybody was a little Okay. Oh, yeah. Let me think of where it is. Oh, that's a loom. That's what it's called. See, I didn't even know what to call it. That's right. That's what it's called. Let me think. I think I know where it is. Let me finish this one. It's just small. Let me finish this one bead, and then I'll go get it. If I don't burn myself before the night's over, it'll be a miracle. I think I'm going to go back to the regular glue. It worked just fine, and I wasn't in such a panic. None of the other beads have unwound themselves, so I think I'll go back to that. Oh, good night, Darla. I hope your poochie's okay. Okay, I'm going to turn off this glue gun, and then I'll go get my little loom. And I'll be right back. If anything catches on fire, I'm going to blow it out. Ta-da! All right, well, I got this little basket, and there was a bunch of stuff in it. So I thought how sometimes little stores will fill in baskets with stuff, and then you got to take the stuff out to buy the basket. And because the basket was $3, so I thought, oh, well, the stuff inside isn't with it. So I go up there and said, where can I put all this stuff? And she says, oh, it comes with all that. I go, oh my God. So it has this little thing. This alone cost somebody $2, regular $7.99. And it's a little elephant. Isn't that cute or what? And then I guess, what do you do with that? It says it's an elephant wool felting kit. I don't know how to felt, but it comes with a little felt to felt with. And I felt it was a good deal. All right. And this one is also a little felting kit. And that is a what? That's pretty stupid. I think that's more like a toucan. They're calling it a swan. I'm sorry, this is not a swan. That's what it says. That's not a swan. And these little scissors. And then this little thing. This is the one I was talking about. So, oh, and it does say Loom. So this, and it came in this little, oh, I didn't even see this. What's this? Oh, the needle. How cool is that? Okay, don't know how to use it. Do not know how to use it. And it has this one. Different kind of loom. Does that have a needle? And this one has a needle too. Hello, a circular loom. All right. So I guess I could read instructions. But as I've told you guys, with my dyslexia, I can't read something and do it. I just mentally, I cannot do that. Pictures help, but if someone shows me, I can learn like that. You know, if someone shows me how to do something. But you know, someone just like you guys in there telling me something, it ain't gonna happen. So anyway, I think it's kind of cool. And oops, this goes in here. And then, woohoo! Look at all of this. So, you know, if I get, you know, bored and need distraction during the winter time, I can just get into granny mode and start looming it. I would say, right? My favorite colors is probably supposed to do the elephant. Oh no, the elephant's the felt. Is the felt, right? And I don't know how to felt. I just know you go. It's got the little felting tool, but I thought he was supposed to be like with a little comb or something. Unless I've got that all messed up in my head. Anybody felt? I guess I can get a YouTube for that one. So filling a section, shape the felt. No, I'm going to need a video for that one. Prepare the surface. It says you just go up and down, up and down, up and down. How can I do a whole thing with this little bit like this? I've seen them do it before, like, you know, when I watch like PBS or something. Jessica who? Oh, that's right, Jessica. That's right. But see, she's the one I've watched. She doesn't just get this and go like that with the little tool like this. She does all kinds of crazy stuff. She gets her soap. She gets this, that, and the other. And holy moly, I get exhausted just watching her prepping the felt. Okay. Need that back there. That much I know. I haven't seen her actual felting. I've just seen her prepare the felt. Or have I seen her felting? I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, now see. Work around outline with needle. Continue working to fill a section. Work in loose fibers for clean edge. I don't think this is helping any. Okay, let's just see if we can do a little flower. I feel like this is like psycho. What do you do? I don't know. I thought you were supposed to have like a comb or something. It's not doing anything. I'm bored already. Okay. Okay. Those of you that know how to felt, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. If that's what you're supposed to do, this is boring. I feel like I'm in a psycho movie. Is that what you're supposed to do? Well, it is sticking to it, but I'm gonna have to talk to Jessica about this. Because if this is what it is. I don't know how you get the shape of the flower. Tammy. I feel like I'm going to the slaughterhouse. No, this is not what I would call fun. Sorry, fellow felters, but this is not fun. Well, I think I got one petal done and a half of another one done. But the line's still showing. At least I'm getting a shape. Mary. Mary, do you felt? Do you felt Mary? Mary does a little bit of everything. Yeah, if I don't like burn myself, I'll probably stab myself. This is not going to be a good night, I can tell. What do you want for practically free? Right? I need a smaller project. Getting smaller, I couldn't see it. Mary, you're too funny. This is small. I think it was called beginners. It's a small little flower. I can't get too much smaller than that. I'll stab myself. Smaller. It's so funny. You need something smaller that you can't see, and then you can do a better job. I don't think so, Mary. Hey, if I can get this one flower done, I'll be happy. Then someone can say, have you ever felt it before, Rosemary? Oh, yes, yes, yes. I know how to do flowers and everything. Hey, I might actually get the flower done. I'm not giving up till this stinking flower is done. This is a dangerous hobby. Well, if nothing else, you guys that are here, you cannot say that every time you guys show up that I do the same thing, right? And what you can appreciate, other people may do really cool stuff on their channels, but they know what they're doing. At least I show you what you can expect from yourself if you try something new. That it's not always going to go right, but you can still accomplish something. So I hope I've inspired you to think outside the box. Even if it isn't felting, but try something that you've never tried before. Try it at least once. What's the worst that can happen? You'll probably be doing it in the privacy of your own home without a bunch of people watching you. And sorry, I'm not reading over there because I don't feel like stabbing myself. And I'm sure I'm giving a lot of amusement to people that know how to felt. You're welcome. Okay, so if I wasn't supposed to do that, sorry. I have to move some fibers over. I guess that's what you do. I don't know. Or we add more fibers. I don't know. Ah! Almost. Oh my goodness, it almost looks like a little flower. Hey, Mary, I'm just using what came with it. This kit might be 2,000 years old. I don't know. I honestly don't think it's the foam's problem. I think it's me. I'll take the blame. Oh, it actually looks kind of cute. Yeah, it's just regular foam. Oh, that's the colors I was supposed to put. Okay, I put the right color. Yay. Oh, no, I think it's supposed to have been red. Oh, well, too bad. It's actually kind of cute, I think. I don't like the process, but at least I think it looks like a flower. I would not go out and buy another kit, that's for sure. Okay, well, maybe someday I'll finish him. But I will stop for now before it finishes me. How do you get that in there? Okay. Now that we all know how to felt, next. Been there, done that. Yeah, little elephant flower. How cute. So cute. Uh-oh. How come he doesn't fit back inside? My elephant grew. How do these things happen? There we go. Oops, forgot to put the needle in there. Don't want to lose the needle. Ta-da! Oh, I'm exhausted. Okay. So back to the loom. That was such a success. Okay. Okay, what do I do with this now? Let's see if this is clear as mud. All right. So you go and wrap it around all around here. I never did any of this stuff even as a kid. You know how most kids do this at school at least once. I've never done this. All right, so you put it all the way around. Then you go up and down, up and down, up and down. And I guess that's all you do, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Is that it? It's sounding kind of boring like the other thing. Is that it, people? Maybe. See, that's kind of cute. That would look cute in the front of a journal. It's just small, a small little piece. Now I think I should try this. I've already showed you one thing that I can't do. Let's try 2 things I can't do. Anything to give you encouragement. Try things you don't know how to do either. Okay, so we've got those. We've got these. We've got all this stuff. We can go. I guess that's what we do, right? No laughing now. Okay. So now we can throw the felt word around. Oh yes, we've done that. So now we can say we played with the loom. Okay, now I can see where this starts. Oh, here we go. So it shows it like this, but this doesn't tell you what's in the back. Do you like put a piece of tape or something down there? This is going to require me reading. I'm not gonna. Do I do that? And then what do I do? It's not really explaining itself too well. Okay, so let me just hold it. Oh, I see. No, I don't. I see a little thing sticking up over there. Is that just by accident? And then I see an arrow right here. I'm sure that has nothing to do with anything, but let's just do this anyway and see what happens. I feel like I'm doing this backwards. Stop me anytime when you know I'm doing it wrong. Please. Please. Am I doing this wrong? No. I guess not. Well, even if I am, it's the way I'm doing it. See, because I don't think that should be there, should it? Crosswise like that. I don't think so. I guess it doesn't matter because you're going to weave it in the front, right? Not in the back. I don't know. Don't judge me. Betty, no. Never did. You go around the peg. What do you mean around the peg? I'm doing something wrong already? Oh, no. I go around it. I'm not supposed to go in the back? Okay, wait a minute. I have no clue. I'm just here. Okay, so I'm just supposed to go around here, then come back up, and nothing's supposed to be back here? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, what is this? I don't think so stuff. Okay. Let me see if there's a picture of the back. Start. Okay, I might have to read. Start at the left. Starting at the left side of the loom and leaving a long tail. I did that in the back. Pass and wrap the thread through the first top and bottom notch of the loom. Bring the thread around to the back again. Turn the loom over and double knot what? Double knot the long tail to the wrap thread off the ball and then forth go back. Continue to wrap through the left to the right, through the top and the bottom notches, all the way to the right. Okay, well, if I knew how to speak English, I would know what they were talking about. Turn the loom so the back side is facing back to the double knot and wrap the thread, pull through the ball to the last notch. Your loom is now wrapped and ready to weave. Oh, well, now that I totally understand that. All right. Like I said, I need someone to show me what the heck I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, now she's cutting the whole thing with the scissors. I don't know. Oh, dear. See, they don't even show you a picture of the back. If they would show you the picture of the back that says, make sure your back looks like this, then you go, oh, okay, I'm doing that wrong. Or, oh, okay, I'm doing that right. Okay, so let's start over. Because it sort of makes sense that what the heck, what do you need the back for, right? Okay. Let's just go by logic, she said with confidence. And logic would say you don't need it in the back, right? Because it'd just be, you're weaving here and it'd just be flapping around in the back. So that makes sense. That makes sense to me. So I don't understand anything I just read, but the visual makes, I mean, it just makes common sense. Oops. So if this works on me, thank you. If it doesn't, it's all your fault. Hey, hold on. See, I'm learning I don't work well with my fingers. I think that's what I'm learning. I don't like doing this. Like, I hate knitting. I hate crocheting because, like, it cramps up my fingers. I can't relax. It's not enjoyable. I get all tense. And that's what this is doing to me. That's exactly what this is doing to me. I'm not from Guatemala. No, Ecuador. They're the ones that do the beautiful work. They're the ones that make. No, Guatemala does too. Guatemala and Ecuador make those beautiful rugs. Beautiful, beautiful rugs. We almost moved to Ecuador. Only reason we didn't is I told my husband that him and his second wife could move there, but his first one was going to stay here. Okay, now I don't know what to do because the instructions make no sense at all. Let's see. Let's see. So I read all that jumbo. It means nothing to me. Let's see. Turn the loop so the back side, so that the back side is facing. Facing what? It just says so the back side is facing what? And double knot the warp. And wrap the thread through the ball. I still don't know what they're talking about. So I really don't care about that right now. I'm not doing it their way anyway. So what's the difference? So I'm just going to be totally off the wall because I don't know what they're talking about. I just don't laugh. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Because I can hear you guys if you try to laugh at me. Whoops. It said to wrap and tie something, but I don't know where to wrap it or where to tie it and why. I think they mean something like that probably, but why, I don't know because that's not tight. Because I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that one. So who knows? And then it says to cut it off anyway. So there you go. Psst. Who knows? Okay, now what? All right. So now we get the needle out. Oh, this is the fun part. Okay. Because I can't cut myself with this one. Can't stab myself. Okay, so now what do we do? So now we get to loom it. Begin weaving. Now that your loom is wrapped. It's not even wrapped. I'm reading that wrong. I'm reading it wrapped, and it's WARPED. Warped? That's a wrap. I mean, I know. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me see. You can begin to weave in the... What is WEFT? Weft? What is the... I don't know. I don't understand any of it. I must not know how to speak English. The most basic technique is an even or plain weave. Okay, that must be me. I'm basic. In which I don't even know what that word is pulled through the something threads and altering. Well, I get that. Up, down, up. That's okay. That is basic. Okay. So pull off 2 to 3 yard length of your first yarn choice and tie one end to the eye of the wooden tapestry needle included in your kit. Okay. Working from the right side of the loom, to the left side. Continue in the same 1 over and 1 under until the last thread is reached on the left side. Pull the threaded needle gently to the left until the full of the yarn is, I figured that one out. Okay. With your fingers, not your feet. With your fingers. Push that down evenly from the first pass. I get that. Like a loom. Okay. I have watched TV. I watch National Geographic too. Okay. So it leaves against. Okay. So in the second pass, work from the left to the right. Okay. So I guess you just do that over and over and over until you're brain dead and you get to the end. Okay. All right. So I don't want, of course, I do not want to do what they're telling me to do because that would be oh so boring. I want to use this. So it says that I need 2 to 3 yards. So, okay. So 1, 2, and let me find another long one. 3. All right. Oh, that's more than, whoa. That might be, oh, hello. So let's tie these together. Okay. Make sure your knot is a knot. And thread your needle. Okay. You got to pull that through each time. So let's not have more than 3 or else it'll be too much to have to pull. They did say 3, right? 2 to 3 yards. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now, do I have to start in any particular? Oh, see, that needs to be really firm because you don't want it to lift up. Oh. So that's why you need to do a knot somewhere. Because you don't, I know, okay. Let me just put a knot here. That's what a scissor is made for. To cut the knot. I know this isn't what they meant, but that's okay. I can live with this. Until I know what I'm really supposed to be doing. I can live with that. And then just keep it out of the way. All right. Okay, back to the instructions I can't read. All right, so we're going to go. And how do we, oh, we just leave it hanging. Oh, okay. This is a long way from making beads. That's all I can say. I'll hold that because that's kind of up in the air there. Uh-oh. That's going to be a problem each time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But I want it there, so I'll work with it. Because I think it'll look cool to have that somewhere. Yeah, that's going to slow me down. But that's okay. I'm not complaining. That's what's going to add character to the whole thing. So we can't complain about that. Okay. And now we do the mush. We mush it, right? Okay. Okay, where's my needle? Whoops. Get this all out of the way. Out of the way. Out of the way. No wonder they were giving this stuff away. It drives you crazy to play with this stuff. Makes you mental. They probably bought it for somebody with a mental condition and they recovered. And so they decided to get rid of this because they might relapse. That's why they do this in the psychiatric ward. Because if you're already, got your little issues, this isn't going to hurt you. Okay. I know there's something wrong here, but I'm not sure what it is. But at this point, I don't care. I know I did something wrong, but oh, that was easy. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, see, I can see if you're using the thread, you don't have to be flipping it over because they're the same color on each side. But when you're using crazy stuff like this, you got to flip it over. Whoops. Okay. Red alert. What happened? Red alert. Yeah, well, I moved on, notice. Poor little guy. Well, at least I wasn't doing the eye. I was just doing a flower. Loosen up just a little. Oh, okay. It is getting a little tight there, isn't it? Okie dokie. I can do that. Okay, here we go. I feel like I'm in Two Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest. Where's the nurse? Oops. Oh, that's going to look cool. I don't know. Oh, I like that. Okay, we'll leave that right there. It'll look like one of those rag rugs. Okay. Oops. I've got to paint the front door in my studio tomorrow. It's going to be a sunny day, and it hasn't been painted in a couple of years. Well, I don't know when it was last painted. It's a used door, and it came, it was sealed with some kind of varnish or something, but it looks a little sad. So I'm going to paint it tomorrow. Some bright, crazy color. Hey, this is looking kind of cool. I guess I know what I'm going to be doing in my old age. Weave. Oh, so that is probably, instead of Looney Tunes, will be Looming Tunes in my old age. There you go. I got a plan. What's your plan when you get older? Oh, I'm going to be a Looming Tune. A Looney Tune? No, a Looming Tune. Okay, whatever. I think this could be kind of fun if I knew what I was doing. It's kind of instant gratification. You can see it right away. And because I get bored so quick, that's what I need. Yeah. Yeah. He's looking cute. I don't think it's supposed to be going in like that, though. I'm doing something wrong. That's okay. I guess, yeah. I guess because I'm getting too tight on the ends. I need to loosen it up. That's what I meant, I guess. Loosen up, Rosemary. Loosen it up. Okay. There we go. I hear you, honey. Okay. Hey, I can weave with my left hand. How many can say that? How many can you guys say that? Okay. Loosen it up, Rosemary. Loosen it up. Oops. Now, the trick is, what do you do when you get to the top? What do you do? Oh, no. Then it just all falls off, or what? Oh, stop. Why? What did I do? I must be doing something wrong. I'm being told to stop. Too late now. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Too late. Man, this thing's sturdy. What? There's no way I'm doing that. Oh, good. Okay, I stopped. Excellent. I was just going to keep going. I love this needle. It's so cute. It's my kind of needle. I usually get stabbed all the time with everything. Oops. I might have to add. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. I might have to get me an ice cream cone tomorrow. I can't remember the last time I had ice cream because I don't bring in the house what my husband can't eat anymore since he has to watch his sugar, his numbers. So he doesn't have to exercise self-control. I just don't bring it into the house. And I love my ice cream. I might have to get an ice cream cone tomorrow because this is stressing me out. I won't bring it in the house. I'll eat it before I get home. I might have to add to this. Oh, that's going to be enough. Let me get another piece of something. Oh, that's right. What color do we want? Let's bring something bright up on top. Let me find. I got plenty to choose from. Put a little bit of turquoise in there. Watch me acting like I know what I'm doing now. Oh yeah, let's just add a little bit more here. Okay, one of the ladies that takes my courses here live, she told me she's been to a class for doing this. So I'm gonna have her come over and laugh at me and show me, what you're really supposed to do with this. Uh-oh. How come this one isn't as easy as the other one to get through? Oh, because it's getting tighter up at top. I see. When it was in the middle, it was looser. Uh-oh. There we go. I don't knit and I don't crochet, so I got to figure out how I'm going to finish this off up here, because that is not going to happen. Yeah, this is not good to do this up on the top. It's too tight. So okay, that should be good. That'll be there. Oops. Uh-oh, this is tight here. Okay, now